Thank you for taking the time to view our oral presentation of the protocols for risk management for a track and field event. Matt, Rocco, and I are quite confident that we can handle all of the necessary issues that need to be addressed when putting on an event such as this. There are a lot of moving parts that need to be addressed as a facilities manager of a track and field stadium, and we plan to cover all of them in this presentation, starting with the facility itself. The facility needs to be kept in good working condition. Inspection on the facility on a regular basis is key. The track itself needs to meet NCAA and IAAF specifications. Any repairs that need to be done need to be addressed in a timely fashion well in advance of the event you're hosting. You also need to inspect the fencing that surrounds the track, as well as to make sure that there is adequate lighting supporting the track and the parking lot outside. Make sure that there is also adequate storage that will house all of your equipment to keep it from being damaged by the elements. Your staff is the second most important factor in this event. They are an extension of your managerial vision. They need to be made aware of your expectations and willing to cooperate with each other. They also need to be made aware of the chain of command in case of emergencies. Basically, they need to be prepared for any situations that could arise, and it is your job to get them to that point. On a daily basis, the staff will include the stadium coordinator, maintenance, and field crews. On the day of the event, it will include EMTs, officials, police security, as well as vendors. Meet with them on a regular basis, go over any emergency action plans for medical problems as well as evacuations, and revise as needed. Rehearse as many scenarios as possible with your security personnel. Make sure that everyone has a form of communication on the day of the event, i.e. walkie-talkies. And in case of emergencies, that all emergencies need to be reported to you as soon as possible. There are several hazards that can be addressed and need to be addressed for the planning of an event, and we will start with the track events themselves. Throwing events are some of the most dangerous events happening on the field. You can think of a metal object being hurled in the air, and you can see how this could lead to several injuries. Make sure that the throwing sectors are clearly marked and fenced off around the cages of the throwing areas. Diagrams of these sectors need to be handed out in the coach's packet and placed on the fencing around the throwing areas so that officials, athletes, and coaches are aware of where it is safe to stand and where it is not safe to stand. In the events of high jump and pole vault, you need to make sure that the runways are clear of debris and of standing water. In long jump and triple jump events, the pits need to also be cleared of debris and filled with sand to the appropriate height. Steeplechase offers its own unique hazard. When not in use, the steeplechase hazard needs to be covered. Once the event is started, the steeplechase hazard needs to be filled with the appropriate amount of water and cones marked off as to the entrance and exit of the steeplechase event. At the end of the event, it needs to be drained and covered securely again with its secured cover. Weather is a major hazard. Although we compete in rain, snow, and sleet, thunder and lightning do serve as problems. Make sure that you have a staffer in charge to monitor the weather on the day of the event. If lightning strikes, all events must cease until the weather system has passed. The basic rule of thumb is that once the last lightning strike, you have 30 minutes to wait, and then the event can restart again. Anticipation of most hazards can be covered in your general liability insurance. Make sure that it is kept up to date and that your staff is aware of what is covered and what is not. Participant traffic is also key to the success of an event. Make sure that athletes and coaches know where they are allowed to be and not allowed to be. Medical personnel can come and go on the infield of the track with a credential provided to them in the packet. Equipment needs to be maintained and kept in good working condition. Check the railings, hurdles, blocks, and crossbars on a regular basis and replace if needed. Because the officials are the most important at a track meet, because they are usually the ones running the event, it would be wise to have an official come prior to the event to check the facility and the equipment to make sure that it is in good working condition per their specifications. Finally, our spectator safety throughout the event is a major concern. An outside security agency should be hired to handle all bag checks as well as light pat-downs at the entrance of the event. It is important also to keep spectators out of restricted areas for their own safety. Spectators also need to be made aware of the rules and regulations of the facility, and they shall be posted throughout the stadium. As we have seen in several cases in our class, alcohol can be a major problem. To combat this issue, we have instituted a no outside food or beverage rule. And as far as alcohol, there will be a maximum allotment of 4 drinks served per spectator. To implement this plan, we will implement a hole punch card system. Once you've been served 4 drinks, you will not be given any more. The vendor also has the right of refusal if they feel a spectator is too intoxicated. We also want to maintain control in situations dealing with rowdy and aggressive fans. Again, your outside security will handle all of these issues. On the first instance, the spectator will be given a warning, and on the second instance, they will be asked to leave. In cases of major disruptions, a text alert system will be put in place, and fan code of conduct will be posted throughout the stadium. The success of a track and field event entails planning. Once you plan effectively, things can run smoothly and be an enjoyable experience for the athletes and fans alike. You will find all supporting court cases in our PowerPoint presentation. Thank you for your time.